Too often, traders get stuck in the market shop. They focus on the marketplace or the index stocks, which really don't have any news, but they move with the market. So to avoid that, we should focus always on something that has a news. Either today, yesterday, we make a pre-market plan based upon that news and we trade those setups today that we traded based upon news. The first setup is RKLB. Support was 1960, 1980. Resistance was 20. Bullish bias if MTF holds. It's a space stock. The news was that USA elected RKLB to provide hypersonic test launch. So really bullish news for RKLB. So RKLB was gapped up big and then it pulled back at the open, pulled back to the MTF clouds. So this was one of our top news play on our pre-market planning. And as soon as the market opened, I saw the strength and we already had planned to long it because your risk was defined in this area. So you have to get long right away. This was a morning trade. So as soon as the market opened, it was a long and I told traders long, or if you missed it, you can watch the pullback, but you have to long it right away with the risk. At 9:31, I told traders to long it. The first target I gave everybody was 21. And within 10 minutes, we hit our 21 target right there. That's when I told the traders to sell 20% of your position because we are looking for a bigger push into the 10 a.m. And that next target was our 22. We hit 22 and at that time our ATR was 113%. To take your profit, you sell most of your position into the 10 a.m. That's when I told traders to sell 60% of the position. By 9:51, we hit 100% ATR and that's where you sell most of your position. 22.5 lotos went 400% as well. And then once that happens, you just have a small position left and you put your stops under the cloud. It's a big move from the cloud. Eventually it's going to pull back and then you watch if it holds this area or not. Once it did not hold it, we were out of that position on the long. So this was a morning trade based upon the news. It has a news, it has the MTF breakout, and you take it long, make a couple dollars, you risk $500, you make $1,000 to $1,500 on this trade. If you're trading options, yes, you get 304% gain at the open. So the next one is Netflix. So the plan on the Netflix this morning was, there was a good news on Netflix. They were talking about 1 trillion market cap by 2030, revenue to double by 2030, cap fill under 946, long over 950. As soon as I see the strength, I told the traders that it's triggered long, the stops are at 948, the breakout is at 960. So why was the breakout at 960? Because that was a pre-market high breakout, so you can add into your position on that breakout. Once we hit our 960 breakout, I told the traders that 980 is our next target. We will take some off into 10 a.m. We hit 10 a.m. We took some off and we got some pullbacks after pushing into our 980 targets. And then it started to flag here. So this was a flag. And this is when I told traders that we have a flag on Netflix. You put your stops at 976 and you trade that flag. Stops at 976, flag set up, the market pushes. And from that flag set up, the risk right here at 976 where there was a support level, our next target was 990, 992s. And if it broke out of there, then we're looking for 1,000. So those were our targets, 992, 995, 1,000, and it kind of double topped at the high of the day. And when it broke out the 512s, we exited that position. That was a new setup. We planned in the pre-market. We focused in the pre-market on this trade, and that's why we were long on the Netflix. And it was a huge trade for the community because we prepared in the pre-market. So that's why you need to focus on the news plays in the pre-market. Prepare, find your news. I often tweet out the game plan as well, and you focus on the news plays, which has a news, which has catalyst, and they will give you better returns trading at the open.
Come to trade with Ripster. Join the community at www.tenettradegroup.com.